pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop.
And
we're back.
That is right. Your Purple Pants podcast Pitstop duo is back covering Amazing Race season 36. We are just a couple weeks away from the premiere of the new season of Amazing Race, and I'm so excited to be joined with my Pitstop co-host. You may know her from 1,000,001 notes that she takes for every episode, or you might know her from the winner of Amazing Race season 29, the recently newlywed Miss Brooke Cam. Hi, good win. Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes, we are back. It seems like, just yesterday we were here covering our Amazing Race, falling in love with all of our teams. And now we have a whole slew of new faces that we need to learn and get to know. So I am so excited. How do you feel in this preseason of Amazing Race season 36?
I'm excited. See, it's all positivity in season 36, original 35, now 36. So there are some interesting things that are going to be happening this season. I'm going to close this. Hold on.
Okay, listen, Brooke got to do her thing or what she got to close. But if we doing a podcast, Brooke had to do her due diligence. And she's back.
And we're back again. So I'm excited. I think these teams are great. I think there are some new faces. They're all new faces, but new dynamics, which you don't normally see on the race. So I think casting from first glance did a really good job. I can't wait to dive into it with you. But before we dive into it, let's just for 30 seconds pay homage to the notes.
Okay.
And talk about a couple of things that we know about this season that are going to be happening, if you'll indulge me.
Yeah. Listen, this is what we here for.
Score. I got a bell.
Brooke got a bell over the postseason.
You sent it to me. This was a great gift. I'm gonna abuse it. I will say I will try my best over the course of the season to not abuse it. I make no guarantees. Okay, so 36, which was 35, but is now being aired at 36, which I'm sure most people know.
I do have a question.
Yes, please.
Because now it's like when we see some of these faces, right? It's like, say they can remind me of somebody from last season, but really it's like, are we looking into the future? Because it's like, really, they should be reminding us of, I don't even know how to reverse it, right?
They should be forecasting.
They should be forecasting what we already, come on with the vertex.
And then if you get into the DeLorean, you go back to 1985, and most people are too young to remember Back to the Future, but it's a great movie. Watch it if you haven't seen it. Okay, so this season was filmed a few years ago. These poor winners, whomever they are, I don't know, also making it a point to not know, have had to wait the better part of 2 years to see their season air.
Well, I don't feel as bad, because if they feel like they have an issue, I feel like they need to talk to James and Will then, because how long did James and Will have to wait until their season?
This is longer, I think.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
I thought we were bad. We had to wait a year, almost a year. And I was like, this is torture. No, theirs is torture, because not only did they have to wait this long, but there was no guarantee their season was ever going to air. And as you know, because we read the contract, if your season doesn't air, you don't get paid.
You lying.
I'm not lying.
Get out of here. But so why would this season not air though?
Well, so there are a few things about the season. COVID protocols were still in place. So we are not going to see any airport drama. We're not going to see any booking of flights. They're going to be back on the charter plane. I know it's not great. It's not great. But
I didn't mind the charter plane though, but I did love the booking of the flights. I did love how you go to the wrong agent and they put you on
You love a slow agent. You love it so much when there's drama about people are like, oh, but that guy's Sophie. You always have to go with the one with the clicky fast fingers. So anyway, this season, original 35, now 36, was edited and in the can and ready to go. And then with the strikes, they decided to make the season 90 minutes long. So they just originally edited the next season to be 90-minute episodes and figured they would keep these as 60-minute episodes when the time came. However, CBS decided to make the next season also 90 minutes. And so they re-edited all of these episodes to now be 90-minute episodes, which will be cool because I like getting to know the teams a little bit better and getting a little bit more of their backstory. So we'll get to see that again this time around.
So not only is this the original 35, but now it's 36. But now this is the remix of 36 because they had to go back and start like, okay, so there's a lot going on.
Exactly.
So I almost feel like my expectations for this season are very high because y'all had to go back and but I just feel like from the storytelling aspect, right? I feel like it should be a lot. We should get to know the contestants a lot more because y'all have edited a 90-minute season already. You already had this one ready to go. So it's like, it really should only be like more fruit of the labor.
I agree.
Give us what we want.
Because I think the cool thing, it was already 60 minutes. So now they could add more where they want to add more rather than try to just cut down to 90 minutes. So I think it'll be good from that perspective. Here are some things you might not love.
Okay.
They're pretty much sticking to North and South America. They're going to be going to Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Colombia, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and to Rihanna's actual childhood home in Barbados. So there are a couple new countries, so that's cool. And they end in the great city of Philadelphia. Maybe we'll see you.
I'm trying to see when I was walking by in that street that day.
So, okay, so here we go. So this season, we have a couple of interesting dynamics. Like I said, we have 2 sibling teams, which is a rarity, 2 friend teams, 2 parent-child teams, a team of cousins, 3 dating teams, and 3 married teams. So it's a good mix. We have the first season, I believe, where we have a same-sex female and a same-sex male dating team on the same season. So I like the representation. And I'm really, in doing my little bit of a dive on some of these contestants, I think we have some really interesting characters. So from that perspective, I remain hopeful.
I'm excited. Now, what makes me a little nervous about, you said it's 3 dating couples.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember that team about 3 seasons ago where he wasn't like helping her get out the car and they was like from one of them dating shows and they didn't make it to.
Yes.
So
Ray and Caro, they were from Love is Blind.
But also shout out to Ray because we met Ray in New York. But I'm nervous, like.
Well, I will tell you that one of these dating teams,
did they get married?
A little research, they're now engaged. So things have gone the right direction for at least one of the 3 dating teams. And the other ones may be married at this point. I don't even know. But I've just found one was on the Instagram shopping for her wedding dress. So I assume it's to the same guy she ran the race with. That's my hope. And we'll see.
I know it's 2 years.
I know, right?
So I'm so excited to meet these teams. Brooke and I will just take a look at them and we will just give you guys our thoughts on them. Obviously, Brooke, she's a winner, so she knows what to spot. For me, I'm specifically looking for I'm looking for my new Lewis and Michelle, my Tim and Ashley, but don't tell Lewis and Michelle and don't tell Lewis and Todd and Ashley that I'm looking for a new couple. I am looking for my potential zaddy.
I think you've got some choices.
I am looking for a team that I feel like I'm going to have to gather with love. I feel like, and I am looking for the team that will be directionally challenged.
I think they are already. Yeah.
Those are my, qualifications as I'm looking for these in these new contestants.
Okay.
So, yeah, all right.
Let's hit it.
Get it up.
Okay, so first up, we have Derek and Shalisa. So he's a retired police chief. She's a retired sheriff lieutenant. They're from Alta Loma, California. So given what they did for a living, he's 57 and she's 55. So
they look great, though.
Fantastic. I hope I look
black don't crack. Okay, they look great.
Things that you can say that I cannot. So anyway, the boys. But they're gorgeous and they look fantastic. I mean, physically fit. I would never, if you asked me how old they were, they almost look to me like father and daughter because she just looks so young and he's got like the handsome gray. physically fit. You know, they're probably well organized given their jobs. I think they're going to do well. I think this is a team that might surprise us because I think people may count them out if they don't know what they did for a living. If they're just retirees, I think people may underestimate the older couple. There is one person who's older, but for the most part, this is the elder statesman couple of this season of the race. I have high hopes for them. I'm seeing like 5th place.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to write down what I'm saying now and see what
so
happens.
we can hold you accountable towards the end of the season. So I like them as well. The one thing that gets me nervous is that they both have backgrounds in law enforcement. And the last team, I think it was like the COVID season. Remember the 2 law enforcement brothers or best friends?
I don't think it's because
but I'm just saying that you know, I get a little, I get nervous a little bit. But I think that they will do great. I feel like we might see some arguments here because I feel like they both have very strong personalities. I feel like they both are leaders. So I feel like they are going to come into this race and they're going to be well organized, well together. But I also feel like give me their names again.
Derek and Shalisa.
I feel like Derek might be like, we need to do it this way. I feel like Shalisa might be like, we need to do it this way. And I feel like we're going to have, like, that's where the conflict is going to come. But I'm going to love to watch them. So I'm excited. They look great. So, yeah, like, I mean, we starting off strong.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so then we have our first of the parent-child teams. We have Angie and Danny. She is a 55-year-old 7th grade teacher from San Diego. And he is a 27-year-old university resident director at the college from Walla Walla, Washington, which is just so much fun to say. So I hope they last a while because I want to keep saying it. He seems like an Uber fan. He fell in love with the show after season 14, so he's been watching for like 20 seasons. He looks like he really, 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 really wanted this. I hope they make it more than 1 episode.
Brooke, don't you do that.
I said I hope.
Don't you do that. Because here's the thing, right? I feel like with let me just want to make sure. I feel like with Danny and Angie, right? I feel like Angie is going to be the underrated superstar, right?
I hope so.
I feel like teaching 7th grade, she's going to be organized. She's going to know how to talk to people. She's going to know how to, I feel like she's going to be able to keep up with her son. I do feel like we're going to have maybe a couple rough legs for them to get their footing. But I feel like once they get their footing, I feel like Angie is going to be like, she's going to surprise the hell out of us.
You think she's the one he's going to have to keep it with her, where he's going to be like, oh, look at this. And she's going to be like, let's go. You think she's going to be the new Rob?
So kinda, but I also feel like Danny is going to be so excited. And I feel like he's going to be like, all over the place, and I feel like Angie is going to ground him. I think that she's going to really bring him back, and it's that scrunchy for me. Like, I just feel like Angie, you know, she got her hair up in the scrunchy, she got her bangs on, she got I just feel like Angie is going to surprise us. So I mean,
I hope you're right. I think that knowing how big a super fan he is, I think they will have watched. I think he will have studied. So I think if there are advantages to be had by knowing the game, I think he will probably have them. So I hope you're right. If I'm guessing 7th place.
Okay.
That's not.
No, I mean, listen, for me, I think they'll either go home extremely early or they will surprise us and make it to the final 2 episodes.
Maybe they will. Maybe they're watching this and Tanny's like, oh, she doesn't know. I have $1 million in the bank account. Right. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping. I might be very wrong on all of these. And I've never done this before where before the season starts, I just pick a place for everybody. And so I actually don't even know what I'm going to say. So at the end, I might be like, well, I have to give this person first because I haven't used first yet. And whatever. Okay, anyway. Next up, we have physical fitness to the max. We have Rod and Leticia, I want to say. If you don't know, he's a 46-year-old former NFL player for 4 different teams. She is 38. She is a fitness business owner. She's all over the gram, selling her teas and powders and looks, fantastic. She's using this waist trainer. She's tiny. They are in stupid shape. Like just
They
I'm jealous. That's what it is. I will say, I hope that I am right about this. On the Instagram, she's got the nails, she's got the hair, she's very makeup, and I hope that she's okay, just getting dirty.
That don't mean nothing. Okay, we saw this. I mean, this is my first contender for my new Todd and Ashley.
Okay.
And we saw Ashley.
Is it because they're in orange?
I mean, maybe because they're orange, maybe because they just are they just aesthetically look great. I feel like they're going to be high energy. I feel like him being an ex-NFL player, he's going to have that motivation. Her being a fitness owner, like they physically have it down packed. So I feel like they're going to do well. I hope that for me, because they're so like physically fit and I feel like competition runs in their blood, I just hope that it doesn't get like where she or he is rooting each other on too hard, where it's like, I just need a little love and support. But I feel like this team is definitely going to have a lot to bring to this season.
6th place.
Okay.
I don't know. I have nothing to base this on other than the fact that I feel like they're going to do really, really well. I just hope there's not just one thing. NFL players on this show have either done exceptionally well, where they get to like the Final Four, or they just crap out real early. And so I hope this is an exceptionally, use your words, Brooke, well option. They look like they'd be a fun team. And so I hope they last for quite some time.
The thing that worries me about them, right? Like, I feel like because they are so physically fit, and again, I bring my Survivor realm into this. I feel like when people are on Survivor, and we know that they are a pro athlete in some way, shape, or form, right? I feel like sometimes people come together and be like, we don't want them to win. He already has money. And they're physically fit. I worry that I don't know how they'll do the U-turns if we're going to be voting for a U-turn. Mm-hmm. I worry that they might get U-turned. That's my worry.
We saw it happen, right? When was it Will and James this season where they had Gary and D'Angelo? They all ganged up. Yep. They all ganged up against them at the Final Four to not help them because they were so big and so strong, and they wanted to get them out. So I'm going to go 6th. I actually think I'm probably putting them too low, but I can't go back now. So that's the rules, as I just made them up in my head. Okay. Next up, we have Michelle and Sean.
Oh.
Okay. So they own a double Dutch aerobics studio in Georgia. Like, I think I really like them. So I did a little dive on Instagram. They had some video where they were on day 59 of a 60-day cleanse where they hadn't like eaten food in 60 days. Oh. He had lost 47 pounds. She had lost 48 pounds. Now I assume that's after the race. They look thin. I don't think they have that much weight. If they can do that, right? They can do that. They can do anything. So I like the fact that they're basically in their 40s. I know she was 39, but I'm just going to lump her in with me. And I think I like their smiles. I think from what I've seen online, they just have a really good, healthy relationship.
Yeah, I like them a lot too. They kind of remind me of, what was my couple, the one that was over 6 foot and I'm about to say Zamanda, not Zumanda.
I do not know anyone named Zumanda.
They just had a baby.
Oh, yeah. He looks like Kevin Hart. Oh, Lumumba, Glenda and Lumumba.
Yes. Ooh. I get that type of energy. I feel like
they had a great
energy.
Going
to be very fun. I feel like they're going to be uplifting and supporting. I feel like they're going to go. I guess I can't keep saying everybody will go really far, but I feel like they're going to have high energy. I feel like they're going to work together really well. I can see them going out in the middle of the pack, and I can see them going out where it's just like they've been doing really well, but they got a challenge where they had to put a motorcycle together and they couldn't, like, you know what I mean? But I definitely see them killing it and just having like really high energy. So I'm here for it.
I want to give them 6th place. I'm going to give new rules to myself. 6th place for them, and I'm going to jump the NBA player and his wife up to 4th.
Okay.
Okay, this no more changes, I promise. Okay, so next up we have Yvonne and Melissa. They are
Oh.
a dating couple
Oh.
from San Diego, California. Yvonne is a global strategy lead. I don't know what that means, but Melissa was a special ops investigator
Oh.
with the U.S. Navy.
Okay. Here go my winner pick. I'm picked. First of all, we need a lady team to win. So that's what I am rooting for this remixed 46 that was 35 season. I feel like a global strategist, you gotta know something about the world. Being
Right.
a Navy specialist operator, like you can navigate. So I feel like they got the perfect match. I love the way that they're like embracing each other in this photo. That's like, listen, we are one. I feel like they're physically fit. I feel like they're going to be able to work together. I can't wait to see their personalities, to see like if anyone is more cheery or anyone's like, but I'm going to just go ahead on record and say this is absolutely my winner pick.
I'm writing it down. I'm going to give them third place, right to the end. No, right to the end, making it around the world. That's great. I don't know who's going to get first. I just keep going as we're going, but I think they're going. I'm actually extremely excited to watch them. They're 38 and 40, so they've got a little more life experience. I would assume they're both well-traveled, given what they do for a living, and
or at least has a strategy about what traveling the world is like.
Special ops. I mean, you got to be brainy. So
brainy and smart.
Brainy and smart?
Because you could be brainy and not smart.
Okay.
Because you could be brainy book-wise, but not
so book smart, but not street smart. Okay, I get that. So you think book and street smart.
Right. I feel like, global ops, you got to know how to blend in. You got to know how to, so I'm very high on them.
I am too. Okay, so next up, we have Sunny and Bizzy, who are best friends and firefighters, first responders from Wisconsin. They are firefighter moms. They are 41 and 37 respectively. Yeah, I know. This season has a lot of teams that are a little bit, they have a good mix of teams that are in their 40s and then a couple that are young 20s, which will be interesting to see how they do. But you're firefighters, so you have to be physically fit. The amount of gear that a firefighter has to carry upstairs in the heat. I mean, I don't think there's any physical task they're not going to be able to do well.
Sunny scared me. Okay, Sunny looked like she ready for business. I love the best friends. I feel like this is the team I'm gonna have to yell at, right?
Well, I think they remind you. Go ahead. Who do they remind you of?
I just feel like this is the team that they aren't going to work well with other people. Like they're going to be like, we are in it to win it. Like they have the mindset that they have come to win it. They left their babies at home. They left their fire engine family back at stateside, and I feel like they're going to be in it to win it. So I feel like I'm going to love their spirit of I ain't playing around, but I also feel like I might have to yell at them because I feel like they're not going to help some people. But I don't know, but they definitely look like a force to be reckoned with. Another strong woman-led team.
I know.
And I'm like, will we get our first, or have we never had a woman team win, right? We've had a woman win.
We've had a couple of women team wins. The first one was season 17.
Well, that's my point exactly. The first one was when?
17.
Okay.
It took a long time for it to happen. And there have been, I want to say 2, but there must have been 3, but I think there have only been 2 ever.
Not enough if this is our 35th, 36th season.
Right. Not enough. Wow. I mean, I don't think I'm right, but I'm just going to put them in the finale too and give them second place because I feel like we have never had an all-female finale, and I'm going to try and make that happen in my brain here. Although I don't know if there's another female team, so I might have just screwed myself over. But you get my point. Second place. I'm not right. And if I am, I'm going to play the lotto. Yeah. Okay. Next, we have Amber and Vinnie. This is a couple that was dating that now does seem to be engaged, so the race did not break them. They are traveling nurses. So they're both nurse, I hate this word, anesthetist. I can't get it right. Basically, the put you to sleepy people. But nurses who have traveled, it looked like they did a lot of different COVID assignments. They've had assignments all across the United States. They seem so cute. They seem very adventurous. If you look at their Instagram, they are jumping off cliffs. They are paragliding. They have no fear of what's going on around them. They're from California. They're in their 30s, so they do have a little bit more life experience. I think they're going to be a good one to watch.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Louis and Michelle, I think, I don't know. I'm just saying I like Amber and Vinnie. Vinnie is definitely a contender for the Zaddy calendar. I think that I like their energy. I feel like they will be fun, knowing that they have a medical field background. I feel like, they know how to get into situations and kind of sort of figure things out.
Yes.
So I really like them. I don't know which team. I have to see the teams in action before my lust fest starts. But I mean, I'm very high on Amber and Vinnie.
He just seems, maybe it's like the long hair.
Not too much on Vinnie, girl. Not too much.
No.
Go ahead. Finish your statement.
He seems a little zen, which is a good thing. So I don't compare him to Louis, who is just like a hyper ball of fabulousness. So I don't know which one of them is going to be the more hyper one. It may actually be her, but I think together they do look like a real. I wasn't going to say anything bad.
Okay, because I was going to say,
I'm all positivity here.
Vinnie, he's trying to etch a spot in my heart. So yeah, I think they will be absolutely fun to watch.
I have to put them like 8th though, because I have first place and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm done doing that because I think they should all be first. Okay. So next up you have Ricky and I don't know if it's Cesar or Cesar. We're going to have to figure it out when we hear how it's pronounced on the TV show. Ricky is a 34-year-old preschool teacher.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Cesar until I hear otherwise. Is a food stylist, which is like a job that like is just really cool, and I think I should have. They're from New York City, so I'm obviously already rooting for them. And they seem so excited about this. I am psyched for them because they are psyched for themselves. I went on their Instagram. They're a very cute couple with a very cute dog. So I just think I want to be friends with them on the outside, and so I'm cheering for them.
It's the matching and the color scheme for me that lets me know that you are prepared. I'm clearly rooting for them. I think that this is the team that we will see a lot of arguing or not arguing or kind of going back and forth about like what they should do. So I feel like they might have a rough couple of legs, but I feel like they are competitive, they are compassionate, and they know what it takes to win, and they're coming out here to win. So I feel like we're going to have great TV from them. And again, it's the matching shirts and shorts for me.
I think one of them is wearing the same watch that I wore on the race. So I like that. My watch had everything that you were allowed to have. You couldn't have like a calculator or anything on your watch because that's cheating, even though I tried every way around everything I could think of. But everything you could have, I did have in mind, and I think he's wearing the same one. Okay, so next up we have Juan and Shane, 29-year-old friends from Spokane, Washington, and Michigan, Marine City, Michigan, respectively. They are both Air Force pilots. Except, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I have heard through the grapevine that sometimes pilots in the Air Force, I've heard they not, for me personally, I love, but I've heard some stories about some pilots in the Air Force. And listen, I like to experience for myself. Jeremy and Jeremy.
Liam
and Jeremy. I love me my Liam and my Jeremy, but I don't know.
That's who they remind me of completely.
They definitely remind me of them as well. But so listen.
Or we should say Liam and Jeremy remind us of them, these guys, because these guys technically came first.
But again, listen, sign me up. Okay, we want you. But for me, the clear Zaddy standout here, I think, has to be Juan. It's the tattoos. But I'm interested to see how they will do. Also, I get a little Greg and John vibes. Like, I feel like they will be very organized. I feel like being best friends in the Air Force. Like, you know, there's a level of structure, there's a level of dedication that it takes. And so, you know, I'm very excited.
I want to hear about these stories that you've heard about pilots in the air. We can talk after.
I'm just saying, I just heard that, like, you know, they are not players, but you know, I just heard that, like, specifically pilots in the Air Force, like.
Got it. So nothing that would affect them on the race.
No. I mean, would affect my heart.
I'm like, are there any female teams that they could just get flirty with that are like single? Oh, there's one. There's one.
We are very excited to see Juan and Shane. Okay. Yeah. I've always wanted to learn how to fly.
Can't.
Okay. What's the name? What do they call the front of a plane?
You can make me say cockpit.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I'll sit in the cockpit. Okay. Juan and Shane, take me on a flight.
Get me my wings. When you were little, did you ever fly Delta and they gave you like a little pin?
Girl,
like
no.
give you okay, I'm old. Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying, Juan and Shane, if you are looking for an Amelia, I can feel your air heart. Okay.
Things did not end well for her.
But she was a pioneer.
Yes.
In the cockpit. Okay, all right, who we got? Also, shout out to Mama Cam High and Papa Cam High. How are you doing?
Oh, they're going to be like, okay, we're moving on quickly. Okay, next up, we have Anthony and Bailey. They are twins. They are recruiters. They are from Clearwater, Florida, which is where my great-grandfather used to live. So I love that place. They seem very like happy-go-lucky surfer dude, not a care in the world. I will say at least Bailey, I think, is a fisherman. So maybe that will come in handy, patience and strength. And maybe there have been fishing challenges before. And you know what I say, if you're on long enough, there's a challenge that's made for everybody. So maybe that will come in handy.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. We the Zaddy calendar will definitely have some potential and from the last 2 seasons of This Amazing Race, because this is Anthony and Bailey. Yeah, we like the brothers. We can't really see enough of the Zaddy vibes, but I feel like we can get it. Now, this reminds me of Jeremy and Liam.
Really?
They definitely, I mean, they just, because, you know, Jeremy and Liam kind of like, they remind me of the Air Force best friends. Like, if the Air Force best friends and the twins had a baby, it would be Jeremy and Liam. They definitely seem like very chill, very fun.
I know, but that's not good.
But I also feel like you can't judge a book by its cover.
That is true.
And so I feel like with, you know, being recruiters, they know what it takes. They'll be fun. You know, we have a lot to see from them. Also, I feel like they have a leg up in when it comes to travel, because, you know, sometimes like you gotta get your passports and stuff together. It don't matter what order their passport is in when they're going through CSA or going through
pretending
customs.
to be each
it's
other.
just like here.
Plus, twins have like that weird connectivity thing. My best friends growing up were twins, and they never had to speak to each other.
I'm just saying, you know, Anthony might be better at something, and Bailey has exhausted all of the roadblocks, and now it has to be Anthony. Who's to say? How will we know? They're never going to find out. How would they know? I mean, so listen.
That's funny. All right, fair enough. We'll see if they
both can say we gotta go to the bathroom. They come out. Anthony got on Bailey hat. Bailey got on Anthony hat, and then he does it. Listen,
that would really be cheating the system. In a great way.
They have the same DNA.
They are different people.
I mean, they're identical twins.
And yet, any identical twin will tell you they are not the same person as their twin.
But I mean, I'm just saying.
Look, I hope they try it. I think that's interesting. I think it's cool. I think they should try it. I think they would get kicked off for it, but I love the idea. Fan of the idea. Okay, next up, we have Kishori and Karishma, I think, if I'm saying it right. Kishori is she's a senior marketing strategist, but also she's a model. And I'm pretty sure I walked by her doing like a photo shoot in Soho once. I saw on the Instagram. I was like, I think I've seen that girl like someone taking pictures. Anyway, Karishma is 22 years old. She's a student from Texas. I find her incredibly interesting because if you look at her social media profile, she's a skydiver. She's well-traveled. She's, especially for someone so young, it seems like she has done the lion's share, or at least a good amount of the traveling. So I'll be interested to see how these two do together. Karishma also looks quite strong, which is going to be useful.
They look agile. It's the cousins. If anyone knows, like, I feel like we get sisters and brothers, they're really close, but I often feel like we don't talk about that cousin bond. Sometimes like your cousins are like even better than your siblings. So I feel like we might get some bickering and fighting, which we love. But I also feel like they're going to get down to business. I feel like we might see a little Lulu and Lala, right? Like where they kind of like struggle a little in the beginning, but then they get their flow. And once they get their flow, they off to the races. I'm putting them in my final 3 because I wanted to be all ladies at the end.
I said I did. Well, I said I wanted that too, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. Yeah. I have high
Me
hopes
too, I guess. I don't think that they're going to make it to the end, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What do I know? I know nothing. Okay. And then we have Maya and Rohan, or Rowan. I think it's Rohan. She's 20. She's quite young. And he's 23. They're students from New Jersey, so representing the Northeast. I do know they're very big fans of the show. Like, I love a super fan, so I love that for them.
Yes. But before you even say what you're about to say, I love them. I feel like they're going to off the first episode. I just already know I am not going to get enough of them in my life. I just worry only because I feel like in the new era of Amazing Race, it's this sibling group that are fans of the show that don't historically do well. They don't do well
like Alexandra and Sheridan?
Yes.
Who are still somewhere, God knows where, deciding who does that
But
first.
listen, we love Sheridan. I mean, so I feel like I want them to go far, and I already know as soon as I hear more about them, I'm going to love them. And I hope that they can break the sibling curse.
I think I'm really going to love her.
I think I'm going to really love him.
Something. Okay, well, there's something about them that I think I'm really going to like. I have a feeling they don't go as far as we're going to want them to, but I don't know. Like, they could win. They could be the winners. I have no idea.
I know the energy. I can see the energy in her face. I can see the energy in him trying to look like her. Like, he's trying to give us a Lewis pose. I see the energy that he is like so excited and ready to be out here. And again, they might surprise us, but I just know they are going to steal my heart. And I know that no matter how well they do, I know I'm not going to get enough airtime with them because I don't know, but I love them. Like, I really do love them. And I also feel like their family is going to be, like with Morgan and Lena last season, the way their family group chat will go off. And that's who, that's who Karishma and her cousin remind me a little bit of Morgan and Lena.
Oh, if they're that good, that would be amazing.
I'm just saying. But also, it's like, I just feel like with Maya and Rohan, I feel like their family is going to be so excited to watch them. And so I'm their cousin, so I'm a part of their family.
That's the family you're joining this season. Got it.
I'm so excited to watch them. And they're young. They're like the youngest. So
I don't love that.
That does make me nervous. It does make me nervous because I feel like they have the least amount of lived experience on this world. But don't count that out. I'm the youngest in a lot of places that I go, and people always count me out.
Well, you're like barely 19, so that makes sense.
But I am very excited to see them.
Okay. Happy 19th birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then finally, place in my heart.
Okay.
Father-daughter. You know how I feel about a father-daughter team. We have Chris and Mary. Chris, it says.
Well, girl, I hate to cut you off. Before we even go any farther, it's just something about Chris that I feel like I'm just going to love. I feel like Chris is going to be a combination of Rob and Steve. Like, I feel like just how Chris looks, I feel like Chris has lived a life, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like when Chris was younger, he might have been like a bad boy. And then, like, I don't know, right?
I mean, he's in a black tank. Like, he's in all black. If I didn't know that he was racing, I would think he was going to, like, a biker bar. I'm so into this team. I mean, he's 60. He's the oldest contestant this season. She's 27. They're from Waltham, Massachusetts. Matt's from Needham, so he's rooting for them. And she's a huge fan. She's very excited to be there. I really, 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 really hope that they don't go home early, because I just think they're going to be so fun.
I feel like I'm going to love Mary, but I feel like Chris might have my heart.
So this is Rob and Kori, where you love Kori, but you basically wanted to be Rob's other child.
That may be true, but there is just, and maybe they're from Massachusetts, right? I don't know, but I feel like Chris is going to, he might be a little older, but he's going to give some of these younger people a run for their money. I feel like he's going to, I sometimes feel like I'm just psychic, but I feel like doing the Amazing Race is going to do like worlds for their relationship. They may already have a great relationship now, but I just feel like this is just going to like cement them. And I just cannot wait.
Watch, they walk off like Cherie. What was the name?
Sharice and Langston.
That's not his name, but yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Where at the end she was like, "F this, I don't want to be here." Like, I hope that's not the case. What's funny to me is you said there might be a little bit of a Steve vibe, and I feel like, hear me out, Texas and Massachusetts, I think, can be really, really similar. Very strong personality, very like, dad is like the leader and whatever, but also for the daughters, also very strong personality who can keep their dads in check. So I think this is going to be a really cool Steve and Anna Lee type team where I think they're going to be a joy to watch. I hope they're a joy to watch. I hope they are as good as I have them in my brain.
Yeah, I think they're going to be great, and I'm excited to watch them. I mean, I'm excited to watch all the teams. It seems like such a fun season. I feel like we have such a mix of people that I'm going to love. I feel like I could cuss some people out. And again, if any of the races are watching, sometimes I do get a little emotional. So I may cuss you out from episode to episode, but it's only with love. And so I think that on March 13th, we should be in for a great treat. Is it March 13th?
Yeah. Okay. Let me say this. As someone who has done this and has been the victim of the edit of reality TV, Brice and I are both very aware that what you see on TV is not necessarily what you get in real life. So please know that we are only talking about the 44 minutes that we see on television. And we know you're all
90.
Oh,
90.
Right. I'm sorry. The 62 minutes. Right. That we see on TV. But we are excited to meet you all in real life and welcome you into the Amazing Race family. And if we say something bad, just say something bad back. No problem. We can take it. I've heard it all before.
No, but we love all the teams, and we're so excited to extend our love and open up our Purple Pants Podcast Pitstop family. We cannot wait to start covering this season with you. Each week, Brooke and I will be back with a recap of the episode, giving you our thoughts on the episode. So make sure you follow us, and make sure if you see this and you agree with it, send us a message. Let us know. We love you.
Yes.
But this has been your first look at Amazing Race season 35. We'll
See you in
back.
A few weeks.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop.